I see too many businesses stuck in what feels like a never-ending cycle where time and energy is wasted trying to figure it out all on their own. And so I've designed a weekend, May 4th through the 7th in Sandpoint, Idaho, called the Leadership Experience. And this is designed to help business owners like you uncover your blind spots that are holding you back. And during the weekend, you're going to learn how to identify hidden opportunities for your business, create an implementation strategy, and overcome your specific challenges. You'll gain clarity, knowledge, tools, and confidence to lead your business so you can have the life that you want. Register at my website and see the show notes for more information. We'd love to see you there. And now on with the podcast. Hello. Welcome to season 5 of Lead Your Life with Debbie Heiser. My name is Debbie Heiser, and I help entrepreneurs make a lot of money doing what they love without sacrificing what's important to them. I see way too many business people letting their businesses or their jobs run their lives versus them figuring out with real clarity about what they want their lives to look like and having their job or their business be the conduit to have that life that they absolutely love. I want to thank you so much for listening in to season 5. This season is filled with motivation, inspiration, leadership, and wisdom from some super interesting guests, and myself included. My hope is through our shared experiences, you will see a bit of yourself and move further into leading your own lit up life. If you're enjoying this podcast, please feel free to share with others and leave a rating, and a comment or two would be awesome too. Let's get going. Thanks again for being a part of our community.
Straight from the corners of my mind is where I find my sanity.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Lead Your Life with Debbie Heiser. My name is Debbie Heiser. I help entrepreneurs make a lot of money doing what they love to do without sacrificing what's important to them. And today I am really pumped because I want to talk about a concept that we've all probably heard in different ways. And I know for me, this concept and the words that I heard around it, I didn't really like. And that's fake it till you make it. To me, that doesn't seem real authentic. So we're going to talk a little bit about how do we shift that perspective a little bit and why that's so important. So when we think about fake it till you make it, there are some lessons in there, but I might suggest a shift that says, be it till you become it. Now, what's the difference? Let's talk about that. When you think about where you want to be in 5 years, think about if you're a career person, where you want to be in your career. If you are an entrepreneur or a business owner, where do you want your business to be? Where do you want your life to be? And you've heard me say this before, that you need to then think about who that person is. What are the things that they do and how that relates to the law of cause and effect? Cause and effect is basically for every action, there is a reaction. So we're always in cause. It just depends on what effect we want. So the behavior that we're doing is either getting us closer to or further away from our goal, from what we want out of life. So if you know what you want your life to look like in 5 years, or what a lit up life is to you, then it's a matter of saying, okay, I have to be it till I become it. Because if I make decisions from where I'm at today, I'm not making decisions as that woman 5 years from now. So what happens a lot of times, and people are like, okay, wait a minute. Well, I'm envisioning this. I'm trying to manifest it. And a lot of times, like the movie The Secret, it's okay. But what's happened there is that we've given a false interpretation of you just dream it and it happens. No. There's work that comes with that. And we have to make the choice to do whatever that cause is in order to make that effect. So what happens is being it until we become it means that we need to act as if it's happened. Act as if it's already there. So a lot of times I'll say to people, when you're visioning, I want you to write down, I am so happy and grateful now that, and then create that dream, create that description of what that looks like, because we're placing it as if we're there. Excuse me. So any retreat that I hold, I usually start the retreat out with a similar exercise where I ask people to think about where they want their business to be, because we're usually there for business, and what that business looks like, who you need to be in order to make that business happen that way. And then I ask them to introduce themselves as that man or woman and invite them to stay in that, because again, we have to make decisions from that place, not where we're at today. So, okay, what does this all have to do with the fake it till you make it or be it till you become it? What happens to a lot of people, and I find this happens to my clients, it happens to me too, where we start to think about, okay, well, I want this, but there's doubt. And doubt is really an uncertainty that creeps into our subconscious and creates a belief. Well, if we believe this one thing about ourselves, like as an example, when I actually signed 7 clients at a retreat that I had a deep belief. I wasn't aware of it until I worked with somebody about it, but I had a deep belief that, oh, that's only a one-time occurrence. Can I really do that again? Now, I'm kind of burying some things here, right? Like that's an avenue then where I had doubt. I didn't realize I had that doubt, but I had that doubt. And what happens is doubt is then acting in a negative way, right? Like acting in this negative faith that something's going to happen. So as an example, we need to act as if, like even biblically, and I heard this actually in a podcast I was listening to, and I've heard it all my life, and it's peppered throughout the Bible, actually, where people are praying for something and they don't get what they're praying for. And what happens is in 2 Kings, it talks about the people were praying for rain. And the question was asked, why aren't you putting out the rain pots? Because back in that day, they put pots out and they collected the rain to use. And so they wanted the rain, but there was doubt. They didn't behave as if it was going to rain. If they were behaving as if it was going to rain, they would have put the rain pots out to gather the rain. So the same thing holds true for us. If you're wanting something, if you have this desire for something, but you're not acting all in as if it's going to happen. And some people, and I've had some clients say, I'm acting as if it's going to happen. Well, somewhere in there, there's a doubt. So we got to uncover it. And sometimes it's deep. Sometimes it's imposter syndrome saying, well, I haven't done this. Now, you don't want to misrepresent yourself. You're not going to say you're a millionaire if you're not a millionaire. If you've helped people. So as an example, when I first started out, I had done some work for some friends and I had helped them achieve what they wanted to achieve. So therefore, I was able to say with confidence that I've helped other people achieve what their desires were. So don't make stuff up, right? But also act as if, because if we have doubt, again, that's that negative belief. And here's the deal. The universal law of polarity says, if you have positive faith, there's also negative faith there. So if you have negative faith or a doubt, that positive faith is there. It's out there for you to have. The law of transmutational energy says everything is here and it's here now. It's energy. It just hasn't taken form yet. So when you can step back and look at those universal laws, it helps you understand it a little bit better. And then when you think about this whole law of polarity, if there's a problem, there's also a solution. And sometimes we have to get creative and look at the possibilities of creating that solution and not stay in that negative faith. So we have to change our expectation of what's happening and behave as if it's the truth. Behave as if it's the inevitable. Now, sometimes that's hard, right? Sometimes we need someone else to help us uncover what that doubt might be. I know I've potentially talked about this in the past, where a relationship with someone that's very, very important to me. And I couldn't understand why this relationship was not moving forward. And it's with my son. I couldn't understand what was happening until my coach and mentor pointed out to me that I had these glasses on of disappointment. Now, I've not been disappointed by my son, but because of my core wound of feeling like I don't belong, that core fear of not belonging that relates all the way back to the gazillion times we moved when I was a kid, I was then acting as if I didn't belong anymore with him, that we didn't belong, that we didn't need a relationship. So I was acting in negative faith. Once I understood that, I was able to take those glasses off and show up in a completely different way. Because who wants to hang out with somebody like that, right? That's an example of I was acting as if I was going to get hurt in that relationship. Well, you know what? First of all, being a parent, you get hurt by your kids, right? And sometimes the most heartbreaking things, but then you also get the most joy from them. So as I looked at that, it became the sense of understanding what the truth was. Understanding too, that I need to act. If I want to own a multi-million-dollar business and I want to make a big impact on the world, I have to act as if I'm there. Now, I'm also a good steward of my money, but I act as if I'm a millionaire. I act as if I know that that's going to happen. I act as if I'm going to have a large team that makes this big impact in the world and helps people step into what their calling is, what they are meant, this more life directive, the spiritual DNA that was given to each of us, and help people step into that so that they can lead a lit up life. So now, I'm not gonna lie to you, there are times that I doubt, right? I mentioned one at the beginning of this around, oh, was that a one-time fluke? There are times that I talk to people and have clarity sessions with people, and I know they're not my people. Meaning I know that they're either not ready for me yet, or they're at this point that what I do is very different from what they're seeking. And I'm okay with that because I'm acting as if I have my ideal client. So then I know, and I don't come from a place of fear, then I come from a place of love and of service. So again, don't fake it till you make it. Be it till you become it. Have that positive belief, that positive faith that what you want is there, because you then start to behave as if. And when you behave as if, you open yourself up to possibilities that come your way that wouldn't have come your way if you were not in that mind space. I know for me, I've had situations where I've been so ready for something and I opened up to it, and all of a sudden, here it comes, right? Because as I'm behaving that way, I'm doing the things that then provide the openings for those opportunities to come forth. I'm ready for those opportunities. So again, be it till you become it, but it's so important that you're clear about what it is that you want to become. And that's where I would suggest to you, if you want to dig in a little bit deeper to that, go out to my website, it's in the show notes, and sign up for a 30-minute clarity call. I promise you, you would be clearer on what you want after that 30 minutes than you were before you started that call. That is my way that I show up in service to the world, is I want people to be really crystal clear and understand what you want, because understanding what you want and the desires you have been placed on your heart, that's your map. And if you don't have a map, you don't know where you're going. And so you might feel like you're reliving Groundhog Day, day after day, or you're doing the same things, expecting different results, which in my book, what I've learned is that's the definition of insanity. So if you're ready to step in, you want to do that kind of stuff, call me. Let's get going on this. And I'm hosting a retreat. It's pretty short notice by the time you get this, but I'm hosting a retreat in Sandpoint, Idaho, and you can find that out on my website as well. Feel free to DM me in Facebook or Instagram because I am running some specials this month in honor of my grandson's birthday. But I want to be able to help people understand what they want, then be able to step into it with positive faith and be it till they become what it is that they want. Now, my mentor, Dr. John Horseman, also states that you're never at point A and you're never at point B. Because when you are at point A and you realize you want to go towards point B, that means you've already stepped off of point A. The same thing holds true that when you become it, this more life directive, things morph a little bit. They change a little bit. You know, when I have my $1 million business and have a team and I'm able to support a team of people and do all of these things in the world and this impact, there will be other things that I desire. Could be in form of relationship. It could be in form of my environment, you know, all of these different things. So we're constantly in flux between this point A and point B. And to me, you don't arrive until you're dead, right? Like, we're constantly in growth. So that growth continues to help you push forward in a learning and growth mindset. So with that, I'm going to leave you with that, a whole lot that I just gave you. And again, reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Everybody have a great day. Thanks so much for listening. The song Ride is co-written and sung by Miss Jackie Wilson and her collaborators, Tyler Banks, David DJ Lee, and Chris Renee. And a huge shout out to them for allowing us to use this perfect song. Everyone have a fabulous week, and I'll talk to you next week.